Integrity.
Lee A. Patterson, what's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good.
Man, that's good to know. Good to know. Let's talk to him, man. Lee, let's talk to him, brother. You living or you surviving?
Man, I'm always surviving and I'm always living.
Come on, man. I love it.
Just because of what I've been through. You know what I mean? Bro. People's like, you've been through the mud. I don't want to make it like my life was terrible, but I know there was a reason why I went through the struggle.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's struggle looks different.
That's right.
So I don't edify it, I don't glorify it, but I recognize it.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Because we are a product of our environment. So when I say I'm surviving, I'm thriving, that's what I mean. But I'm blessed, and I also know as a man of faith that God wouldn't bring me to it if He wasn't going to bring me through it.
That's right.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And so when you go through stuff and you come through it, and you know it wasn't because of your own power, strength. I mean, I'd be a fool. I told somebody the other day when I down in Miami, I was just like, I'd be a fool to come on your show and like beat my chest. It's all about me. I built this. I'm self-made. That's why I have trouble with people who say that. Like, man, how can you be self-made?
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, faith without works is dead, and it takes us to do the work. But it's some people, there's some higher powers behind the scenes making this thing go.
That's a fact.
So yeah, man. So man, I've never been better, man. I know we don't like to talk about death in the black community because it's taboo. But if the Lord called me home today, man, I had a great life.
I love that,
bro. Great life, dog. I've been around this world. I've been to over 50 countries.
Come on.
And you seem about, man. I'm a kid from Longview, Texas.
Come on, that's right.
Most people couldn't even tell you where that's at.
Wow.
To just being on stages, being able to impact lives. Man, I know some. I don't even like the name drop because it's weird for me to even say it because it sounds like, look, who are you? But I've been able to sit in circles. Man, I've been to the White House twice.
Wow.
Both wings. I literally thought about it the other day just about the things that God has blessed me to do.
Come on, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So anywho, to get to what you're saying,
that's right. Go ahead, bro.
I'm blessed just to be here and just share my story about where I was to where I am now, to where I'm going.
Respect.
Right? Because you always got to be focused on where you're going.
Where you going.
A lot of people get caught up to now and then. This could change. Am I more thankful tomorrow if I make $1 million or if I stay the same or if I lose it all?
Wow.
Right? Because it'll reveal the true me.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Respect, bro. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Lee A. Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take him back. So before entrepreneurship, before investing, before credit repair, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
Man, I wanted to be on ESPN. I wanted to be Stuart Scott, bro.
Come on.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right?
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
Man, he was the coacher.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I had an opportunity to meet him my senior year in high school.
Wow.
Got an opportunity to meet Michael Jordan. They were doing an event down in Austin, Texas, bro. I still got the picture and autograph from Jordan, man. That was like the highlight of my life.
Absolutely,
then,
bro. Come on.
It's still a cool moment. I got to do a lot of cool stuff since then, but I want to be on SportsCenter. You know what I'm saying? I want to.
Absolutely.
We sports guys.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if I can't go pro, at least let me talk about the pro.
That's right. Absolutely. That's real.
So that's what I wanted to do, man. And I went to University of Georgia, man.
That's right.
And I majored in speech communication.
Gotcha.
I started. University of Georgia is one of the number one university. Is the number one journalism school.
Multimedia.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's real.
There's a lot of people who will come through Georgia that I could just name drop from Ryan Seacrest to just a lot of people.
Wow.
And so when I went through that process and started looking at it, it was really, really, really hard to get in.
Gotcha.
And so my dean of the school encouraged me to do it and try. And I was like, you know what, I'll try.
That's right.
So I think you had to have like take the GRE recommendations.
Gotcha.
and it was something else. It was a third thing, but I can do the letter. Oh, your GPA.
Okay. Gotcha.
My GPA wasn't great.
Okay.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was just going through school to stay eligible so I can continue running, continue participating.
Absolutely. So you were growing up. You ran. Mm-hmm. So were you a student athlete at UGA?
Yeah. Yes,
gotcha.
Sir.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, you actually let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
So first, any siblings?
Yeah. I got an older brother and a younger brother. I'm the middle child.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Did they play any sports as well?
No, we did 3 totally different things. My youngest brother went military.
Come on now. What branch is he in?
Army. He just retired.
Come on, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I did 5 years Coast Guard, man.
did?
Tell him I appreciate your service, brother. If you watch it, that's awesome, man.
He'll
definitely.
be watching.
That's what's up. Definitely, man. Definitely.
And so-
your older brother?
And he cuts hair. He's an entrepreneur.
Come on.
Yeah, I was in Texas a couple weeks ago. He cut my hair, but I just got another fresh cut yesterday because I knew I was going to be linking
Come on
up
now.
with you.
That's what's up.
Got to match your vibe.
Come on now. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So Longview, this is something Longview, Texas, most aren't familiar with.
Right.
Small city, big dreams, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like just from you making it out of Longview, taking that step to UGA,
Mm-hmm.
of course, leaving a nest, you going, a couple 1,000 miles. Like,
Yeah.
how was that for you as an entrepreneur, as a young man, going to chase his dreams?
I couldn't wait.
Wow.
My mama tell you, she knew I wasn't coming back.
That's real.
I mean, even when I'm home now, I'm not home longer than 48 hours.
Wow.
I was home a couple weeks ago. I went home to surprise her for Mother's Day, but about 3 or 4 days before that, I got the news that a family member passed away.
Okay.
So I ended up extending my stay for the entire week because the funeral was the following Saturday.
Right.
And man, it was tough being back in the old environment because I always knew I had to break out of that environment if I wanted to achieve bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm better than the people there, but I knew to achieve the things. I mean, I got big goals, bro.
Absolutely. Go ahead,
and
bro.
I always knew God planted something in me that was greater than my environment that I was in.
Wow.
And I knew that He wanted me to come back and get people.
Absolutely. Go ahead. I love that. I love that.
It was a reminder being back there. I was able to just run the old neighborhoods,
Right.
I was able to do a lot of stuff that I hadn't did there in 25 years since I left.
Were you, when you were there, your family, did y'all actually live in the same home from elementary all the way?
It's crazy you asked that. So, unfortunately, my parents separated at a point, and my dad had our childhood home, and we lost it. We lost it in a foreclosure or something. I was too young to kind of realize what was going on back then. But the family that was in it, well, they obviously 25 years later, they were older and they passed away.
Right.
I was able to purchase it back through auction, man. Like, bro, I look back and say it was all a part of God's plan. And then I was in a situation where I could do that. So now my brother lives in it.
Come on, man.
They're from the military. He came home. He just retired, bro.
Wow.
Okay, got a house.
Has a house.
Yeah, just free and clear. You ain't got to ask nobody no questions, no nothing. Same thing with my parents' house. My grandparents passed away, and they had a loan on the house, and back then, you do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
And so I was able to pay that off, and she's free and clear. Then I bought a lot of cross from her, so we own about 10 acres out there, man. I post on my it's funny, I posted on my IG about it, and I don't know, it was just a moment of reflection for me. And I didn't realize how cool that would be for other people, because it was just cool. I don't care. It was cool to me.
It's cool to me,
right?
As your peer,
right.
Like, bro, and I'm giving y'all backstory. Just through research, I see you're different. Number one, you're different.
Yeah.
You view this world differently. The fact that you give back to your community.
Mm-hmm.
You're involved in the community. Charity, everything from the physical labor to the monetary labor.
Yeah.
Also on top of this, I also want to speak about this this Honda. You hustle, like Dame Dash said, I hustle for my last name, not my first name.
Right.
And to hear that you're still, I believe it's a 2008, 2009 Honda, like in the sense of you actually, this is to this day. You still have this vehicle.
I just pulled up.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
But just as an entrepreneur, man, like in a sense of you are paid off mom's house, helped your brother out, in this, and grandparents, things like that, and still have the humility to understand it's not about that. It's about, I'm not putting the cart before the horse. It's about I'm protecting the family, the nest first, bro.
Look, I've been surrounded by some people or a situation where I've seen it go down.
Wow.
Like I actually even tell God, thank you for not giving me this kind of success in my 20s because I wouldn't have been able to handle it.
Wow.
I'd have blew through it. Now they got NIL, these money these kids are getting, bro. Man, I'd probably have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long I would have been crazy for, but I don't know. So I think God has me exactly where He wants me.
Real, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, and so that's why I try to always reflect on where I am, where God has me, and try to be living the moment, right? Because we know money only makes you more what you really are.
What you really are. Absolutely.
And so that's why I give back so much to the community that serves me. That's why I coach. That's why I don't get me wrong. Now I got my toys. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And I live through experience. Like I told somebody last week in a podcast that my real flex is taking care of others.
Go ahead.
I get more from giving. You know, like I literally pray, Lord, bless me so that I may be a blessing. So for me to pray that and turn around and go buy everything for me would be
contradicting
everything that
away from what
I pray for.
Absolutely.
You know, don't get me wrong. I got some dreams now, and it's coming.
Absolutely.
You know, which is why
He's continued to blessing you.
Correct.
You go ahead.
And plus, you know, we'll talk about this later, but that's why I started the new business, my new digital business, in the financial literacy space, is because of my passion, and I feel that God's put that in me.
Absolutely,
put that in my heart.
Let's speak on that too. You know, like this new business, this new venture that you started up. What is it? What is the biggest take on it? What are you actually, helping others with this company?
I mean, just everything that I wish I would have been taught. I tell parents all the time when they ask me stuff, which is weird because I don't have any kids, but they go, what do you think about this? What is that? I was like, look, man, I'll never tell you how to raise your kids, what to buy your kids, but I would give my kids not everything I didn't have. I would teach them everything I didn't know.
Go ahead.
Right? Because that knowledge will stick with them. The stuff you buy them will be gone.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to instill in them the mental fortitude of how to maintain wealth. Like I can even give them money. No, I want to teach them how to make money. How to make the money. How to maintain it. How to grow it. So that's why I get so passionate about the financial literacy space. Wow. And it is simple stuff.
It is.
And I always tell people, I'm like, if they trying to teach you this and drill down your throat, I ain't gonna say it's useless, but it probably ain't the most important thing you should be focused on. Ahead. It's the stuff that they ain't telling you, like compound interest.
Go ahead.
Right?
Absolutely.
And taxes, how to balance a checkbook, credit cards,
go ahead,
mortgage, all the things that come with purchasing things, all the stuff that comes with being able to create legacy, being able to create financial freedom.
Do you feel like that has, where we were brought up, who we are, our upbringing, what was in front of us? Do you think that has a reason why some don't have the knowledge, or don't want to, it's one thing to not have it, but, to not want to have it. Do you think that's part of it? Yeah,
and that's my problem. My problem is not with the lack of education. It's the miseducation. The miseducation of information. Like, we told her, cut up our credit cards. Credit is bad. Are you kidding me? Wow. Credit has made me millions. You feel me? And so when I hear that, I kind of get it, but that's just not how wealth is created. How it works. I tell people all the time, I was like, look, even on the webinars, I'll probably be too transparent. I'm like, look, man, if you don't learn how to leverage credit, you'll work for somebody who do.
The rest, go ahead.
Like me.
Wow.
Like I'm able to employ people all the time, whenever I want to, because I know how to leverage credit.
Wow.
Even if I don't even have the money, I know that if I can get you, if you have a skill,
right,
I can apply that skill. You might be like, man, I'm one of the best drawers ever. I ran into a situation and I just got out, and I've had this happen. They ain't one drawing, but they got out, and guess what? I invest in them. I'm a risk taker. A calculated risk taker.
Absolutely.
I don't gamble. It's funny, I don't gamble.
But the bigger the risk,
the bigger the reward.
Come on. And a lot of people don't want to take that, you don't seem like the person that's ever been safe. Like some people want to live life safe. And I even want to
bring the audience in on, your early upcoming, these runs with some, some business partners who became business partners, just jogging with them, and learning, in a sense, you were literally watching their monopoly on a jog, watching the properties they actually have bought on a jog.
Yes, sir.
Later, it became you doing the same thing to your properties.
Man, look.
Your network.
I studied the rich. And what I learned was most of them have real estate in their portfolio. Okay, well, how do you buy real estate? You go to the bank, ask for some money. Okay, I went to a banker that I knew. I said, well, what do y'all ask for usually? We ask, your credit score needs to be this. You need to be at your job for 2 years or be able to provide us 3 months of your banking statement, kind of basically if you're self-employed, showing us what you make. I can do that.
Absolutely.
I ain't the smartest, but I can do that.
I can do that. I can provide that.
And so that's where the credit came in.
Gotcha.
And then I just kept educating myself. I could not believe, man, my first house was only $95K.
Come on.
I could not believe somebody trust me with $95,000. That's one thing to give me a car loan for.
Could you 15. Give your age around this time? Were you mid-20s?
Yeah, right around 20, late 20s, yeah. And so this one, I was like, I got to figure this out. Like, I can't just keep floating through. Like, because I was like trying different things like MLM and learn those things. And I wasn't that successful, but what I did learn was I learned sales.
Gotcha.
And meaning like I learned how to talk. I learned how to listen. And I learned, how to rebuttal when people would say no without getting my feelings hurt.
Gotcha.
Right? Because a lot of things when we sell, we don't need everybody to say yeah.
Absolutely.
We just need that one no.
Absolutely.
Once I understood that, I was able to not operate in fear. You know what I'm saying? Like even to the point where now I read books, read about Russell Brunson, it's like making $1 million offer. It's really learning how to talk out your offer and make it irresistible and make them feel dumb for not buying from you. It's an incredible model when you think about how they do it and how it's laid out. And it comes with sharpening your skills.
Absolutely.
Right? You have to be getting better. Tell people if you're not evolving, you're evaporating.
Wow.
Right? To this world, you got to be adapting. I mean, I'll be 47 years old this year.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? And if I got to keep up.
That's right. You're looking good, by the way, bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Do you, while we're even on that, do you have any correlation with wealth and health?
Absolutely.
I know you do, bro, and I wanted to speak on that. Like, just, I know it's a little off topic, but...
No, this is on topic.
Come on. Absolutely.
You
Go
can't
ahead,
have
bro.
one without the other. It's like, what good does it do you to have all the money in the world and you can hardly get around?
Integrity.
Right? Or be healthy as all get out and you ain't got no money. What they say, you want a broke man that got all the time in the world, or you want a busy man?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pick your poison.
That's
and
right.
So I get up and run every morning at 5 o'clock. It's something that I do. It's my second win of the day. My first win is I make my bed. Right?
You're saying something, bro.
Again, it's the things that I was already doing because I come from a real discipline, a mom that was all about discipline. And so when you got up, you made the bed, you didn't get back, you didn't sit on the bed, you didn't get back in the bed till you got in bed that night. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I sit on the bed now because she can't do nothing about it. But,
Right.
But I definitely rarely ever get back in bed now. But I always make that thing up.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so
do you enjoy making the bed?
I do. Because because when you do it, it's instant. It's an instant win. You feel me? Like it is an instant win that I look, that's a completion. That's why I love running. Point A to point B.
Go ahead.
Point A to point B, bro. Like I get up and I go early for several reasons. In the summer, if you don't know this, the sun up by 6.
Absolutely.
So if you wait any longer than 6, you're going to be cooking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like I go a little late in the winter because it'll be way too cold. But once I get out there, man, it's quiet.
That's right.
I can literally run the street most of the time because don't know cars out like that. I usually run with my buddy. We can chop it up. I can literally even hear my watch if somebody's trying to get through. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
These are things that it's peace. And then when I'm done, I still got, I don't know, 5.5, 6 hours before 12 o'clock.
Go ahead.
And you know how it goes. Once your morning's over and the evening, afternoon hit, it's
everything
like
changed.
Bro, what
So it goes quick. It
man,
does,
what happened?
Bro. Absolutely.
What happened? And so the running thing is a mental thing, it's a discipline thing, and it's a physical thing.
All three.
And yeah, so
make us
I get more questions about my health than I do about the money I make. Man, what are you doing? Black don't crack.
That's what I'm saying, bro. 47, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to speak on, like, bro, because you know, athlete, understands that's so important. You know, and I think just like you said, health is wealth, bro. Like we have endless opportunity to be, one thing, but man, health, it changes your mindset, changes your discipline, changes your motivation, everything, man.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this, fill in the blank, man, just for the fans, for the new fans watching, pertaining to you. Call me anything but.
Oh man, broke.
Real, real, bro.
Because I've been poor, but I've never been broke.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Like I always knew I was destined for money, like more. And don't get me wrong, that looks different for a lot of people.
Go ahead.
Like I'm rich in experiences.
Wow.
Like I own property in Dubai.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought that, and I don't even say that. I mean, I still shocked when I say it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I just been able to just see things that I wish people could experience and see. So a lot of my money is spent in experiences.
Wow.
And watching other people being able to better themselves, better their lives.
Can everyone do this?
Man, what I tell you, if I can do
Longview, guy from,
bro, look it up. Look Longview up. Look the statistics up, man. You know, like a lot of us don't make it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you about a family member. He was my classmate too.
Gotcha.
Played on my basketball team, man. Like a lot of people ain't making it. You know what I'm saying? And again, those are things that I have to remind myself.
Absolutely.
Like I'm really blessed. I'm really blessed, dude. Like there's a lot of people who ain't here today. I saw a lot of classmates that I didn't recognize.
Right, bro.
You know, and so I just try to do right by people, try to do right by the gift that God has given me.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get to the other side and he'd be like, what you do with the talents that I gave you?
Wow.
You know, so I try to maximize those things. And this is a space in the financial literacy where I can actually bless people while I still get paid.
Go ahead, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so it was just like,
so take us through, exactly what it is you could do to help. Is it more so on the building credit? Is it more so more on portfolio? Is it more so on, funding? What is your...
So I started out with LAP investments. That was strictly real estate.
Gotcha.
But I called it investments because I knew I would always be investing.
Absolutely.
So even in my new product, I'm still investing. I'm still investing into the community, investing into the mind. And so I came across a few books. I did a lot of stuff. You know how you do stuff, you just don't realize how much you've done until somebody reminds you?
That's right.
It's almost like every time I watch these podcasts and they go over who the person is before they bring them on and introduce them.
That's right.
They like, man that was like,
absolutely. That's
stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
And my God, like, dude, you done some stuff and you got some cool things you've done that people would love to hear. This is what you can do with it. Right. So he showed me how to bottle it up, put it in a package, and sell it. And I had been giving the game away for free, and I still do. Like I have a free community on school. Like
gotcha.
I give away the game, and I mean that thing is blowing up.
Go ahead.
Because people are hungry for knowledge.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so I do that, and then we start out basically with basic credit stuff, like the 5 factors of credit. Most people can't tell me that.
I couldn't tell you the 5 factors.
5 factors of credit, which tells you how your credit goes up, which is fixed how you get, 850s, right?
Absolutely.
Start at 500 to 850. And so I tell them about that. And so, because if you don't know what affects it, how do you know how to keep it?
Absolutely.
I asked them about the 3 bureaus. Most people can usually name 2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, then I asked them what the credit score is, and they go, well, Credit Karma told me that's not a credit score.
That's right.
That's a Vantage score.
Yes, absolutely.
So I tell them like there's a lot of different scores because they are calculated different.
Right.
And so they can just get their free information just from the school,
right.
just because like that stuff is readily available. But maybe you will listen to me because you see that I made it, and you might believe me that it works. And I know this. Do you know what your 2 biggest expenses in life are?
Yes. only through research because I watch, actually interest.
Yep. And taxes.
Right? Absolutely.
We can control that if we have good credit and we have a business.
Wow.
I ain't pay no taxes this year. I was kind of late because I was dropping off papers to my tax lady.
Wow, bro.
You know what I mean? You can choose when and how you pay taxes. Now, don't get me wrong. I have to show that I make some money
right
when I want to borrow some more.
Absolutely.
You feel me? But other than that, I can depreciate a lot of stuff. It's just,
how does one start? Like, how do we start? How do we, I'm John Smith. I came to LAP. I want to know what I need to do to get started, because a lot of people just don't know how to get started. They want to start. They want business funding. They want to get their personal, set up for their business. Like what can you do to help them?
So we start with our personal credit, right? A lot of the money that I help people get is no docs. That's the beauty of it. Like, we're scared to provide our docs. You almost think that you go to jail. Yeah, you know
Absolutely.
What I mean?
That's right.
And it's a little scary, but this is no docs. That's what got me. I lean for it. No docs.
Right.
Tell me more.
Right.
Again, then you give me that list. I'm good at checking things off the list.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I can do that. And if I can't, I'm gonna find out.
Absolutely.
You said no docs. That's all I need to know. And so we call it the no docs, and the reason we can do that is because of our personal credit score. We PG in it. Mm-hmm. So if your credit score stinks, you're already disqualified.
Right.
And like I tell people all the time, no matter what your
and
credit
PG
score,
for those who don't, personal guarantee. Just making sure everybody. Okay.
Yeah. And so, all credit can be fixed. I don't care what it is. It can be fixed. But that's another one of those misconstrued ideals that I have to break when I'm talking to people. So honestly, when you come in to work with me, I talk about your mindset.
Go ahead.
Because if your mind ain't right, your money will never be right.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And so I literally go and we get the personal credit set up, and then we go to the next step. Let's get your LLC set up.
Right.
That's simple.
That's right.
You can just go to LegalZoom. They'll do
Absolutely.
it for you.
Absolutely.
Come up with your name. We got
That's
a couple of NIAC codes that we stay away from.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And it's a few things, and I got it all laid out in PDF from how to get your virtual office, get you a virtual address, number, all that stuff. How we set up a paydex score, how we get the DNB number. These are things that you need.
And this is all set up in your course or your
correct.
And what format is it? Is it in a PDF?
It's in school. It's in school community.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. You familiar with school community?
I'm not actually. Okay. So with the community, how is this set up? As far as a monthly payment or?
Yeah. So I'll put you in the free when we get done today.
Awesome.
So I start people out in the free because people don't know me from you. You know what I'm saying? So I like to give value. I like to provide value.
Absolutely.
Like I told you, I've been doing it for free anyway. So I still give this game away for free. And then, obviously, if you need more, I upgrade you to the VIP.
Right,
VIP will show you everything I just told you, show you all that PDF, how to start a business structure. And I mean, the crazy thing is we blow way more money.
Absolutely.
I think my community is $39. Probably should go up. It's $39, man. Even if you just went in there and stole the material, it's worth the $39.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But as a business, it's one of those things all this stuff is on the internet. And so for me, as a business, I only set it up one time. There's nothing that I had to do it over again.
Gotcha.
But I also remind people this is something you can take and teach other people in your family. So
absolutely.
I'm
the value,
what do you place value on? And I also know your heart is where your money is.
Absolutely.
Right? I hate to get biblical with people all the time, but hey, what's better than what else I'm gonna get? But
absolutely.
Anywho,
that's right. Go ahead.
The Bible talks about finances or money more. He talks about heaven and hell.
Wow,
it's crazy, right? And so, just because he knows that's where our heart is,
that's right.
is where the money is.
That's right.
I mean, we see it every day. People sell their souls every day for the
that's
dollar.
A fact.
And so, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I have to be careful of it too. More money though, the more you. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come here and drop $1 million in my pocket, in my lap right now. I'm a pause.
Right, absolutely. But you said, just speaking on that, we spoke on Derek Grace, who was the interview you saw. He said, the type of money he made, he almost in fear of it because, I'm afraid somebody will come in here and take. I didn't think I was deserving of it. In so many words.
My first wholesale deal, when I got into real estate,
right,
was $8K. And the guy said, you want me to pay you in a check or cash? How you want to do it? I said, I'll take cash. He said, follow me to the bank. Came there, handed it to me in the envelope. I sat in my car for 20 minutes. Doors locked, everything. Looking around. I didn't even know what to do.
Right? Just like,
do I deserve this? It's the most money I've ever had in my lap, in my hand at one time. I think it was the most money I had seen live. I couldn't get to the bank fast enough. I don't even think it took the deposit because it was so much.
But right.
I think I had to do it in two separate. Yeah, I had to do it in two separate deposits.
Wow.
And I was just dang near shaking, man. You know, and I was like, but it's also when it became real for me.
Right. It got real quick.
Real quick. And so again, I think when we do this type of stuff, that's what gives us the confidence. Like we start to know immediately, like I deserve to be.
This is all the work, everything I've done.
Yeah.
This is it now.
Well, look, I tell people this. They always ask me, what's on the other? This is what the other side of risk look like. If you think I'm so great, so successful, whatever, I mean, I'm on your podcast, bro. That's what the other side of risk look like.
Wow.
You know, you're not over here talking to losers.
Bro, I say that all the time. Like, you know, concerning people in this, I'm like, you've done something to be interviewed. You know, like you are in society doing something. Right. And you're right, bro. Like that is major. A lot of people don't see it like that, but it is, bro. Like from now to the end, you are being interviewed. You are. Absolutely. Go ahead.
And that's what I said. If you gonna interview me for an hour, I'm gonna give you the game. I'm gonna give you my best. I'm gonna be authentic.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, this was scary. This is scary. And then even the people who come through the community or come through my webinars or come to whatever I'm speaking at, I'm like, look, what do you got to lose? You do nothing? I mean, you get in with me and they just don't do nothing. Guess what? You just stay in the same position you in anyway. But you get in this thing and you start winning, it's always worth it. Wow. It's always worth it. You know, so I'm just like, I don't want nothing from you. I want something for you. Wow. Because I know what I'm giving you is way more valuable than what I could ever sell it for.
Charge. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right,
so,
bro. That's right.
That's the beauty of the digital age, the digital product, and just the internet has made it where I can share the game and the financial literacy in this form.
Absolutely. For those that are watching right now that are, you know, piquing very high interest. Yeah. You know, like that really want to, okay, I know where I want to be 5 years from now. I know I want to be 36 months from now. I know where I want to be. That initial step, what do they need to do to get with you?
They can just go to my Instagram, Lee A. Patterson. You know, they'll ask my name across all forms from me, LinkedIn to they made me start a TikTok. Okay, when they get money over there. I used to knock it.
That's a fact.
They get money over there.
That's right.
Even to my YouTube. So I'm cranking up all my platforms. I'm real easy to find. For sure. Whatnot, but
they'll all be in a listing below in this interview too. Just click the link right in below.
Yeah, and so it's real easy to get started with me, man. We get busy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Again, like. If you obviously beyond just getting your credit started and blah, 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 you can get busy in the VIP where I show you how to set your LLC up,
for sure.
Get funded, and then start working on finding your first piece of real estate. Okay. Or invest in whatever business adventure that you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I've been fortunate, man. I got over $150K worth of one-on-ones and mentorships of this stuff that I've learned. I ain't just woke up one day and I was just smarty pants, you know what I'm saying?
You put the work in.
I put the work in.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even from the real estate, like I've sold stuff to pour back into this product, to pour back into myself faster. Because I know the faster I can pour myself, the more money I can make. Now I can triple and double whatever it is that I sold. I used to be holding, clenching on.
Understand.
But now I realize I let it go. And then I always come back to it. Like you chase money, it's gonna run from you.
Absolutely.
Chase love, it's gonna run from you.
Wow.
You chase a lot of stuff, it runs from you, man. You know, and so it's like be that that thing that you attract things, that you attract people, you attract money. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes you self-reflect. Look at yourself.
Absolutely.
Like what are you doing? If you feel like you got the worst look in the world, what are you attracting?
Go ahead. Saying something.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so like even when I'm having a bad day, I'm like, all right, hold on. all right, what am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I putting into my mind? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because it's usually something that I might need to just stop doing.
Gotcha.
I might need to just pray. Simple as that.
Are you hard on yourself?
Huh?
Are you hard on yourself?
I'm my biggest critic, bro.
Come on. Is that a good or bad thing? Just from your perspective of success?
Most successful people are. I'm probably hard to work with. I'm sure my assistant will tell you, you know, because I just demand so much of myself and I get so angry at myself. Like, I've learned to show forgiveness to others.
Grace, right.
Grace. But, man, I'm learning to show it to myself.
Go ahead.
Because sometimes I just get so, man, you guys got to be the biggest dummy ever. And I ain't even, Lord, why you keep blessing me? Because I clearly keep screwing it up.
But he knows.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he knows. You know what I'm saying? And so it's all good, man. And
what drives you?
It drives me, you know, and it's in my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't argue. Like, that's why I never argue with people about what they believe in their faith. If you that convicted, who am I to argue?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect all religions, man. Because it's always something I can take from it that I wish that I was doing.
Right. And you seem like a student.
Yeah.
You seem like the student that, you know, if I don't know, I have to know something of why.
About, yeah.
You know, and just for the fans, you know, going back, watching today, you know, just you were early investor in Zaxby's. You know, like you had to know. I had to know what I didn't know.
Correct.
And to figure it out.
Things intrigue me almost
Absolutely.
almost to a fault sometimes.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
So what is that? Where does that come from? You know, and you know, is this mom? Is this bigger brother?
So my grandparents were entrepreneurs.
Gotcha.
So we have a family restaurant right now in Long Beach, Texas.
Man, I love it.
I think they just hit 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we all at some point worked in it growing up. It's still up and going, bro. Like,
man.
So I live off of I-20, and you know you can take Atlanta all the way.
Everywhere. I-20,
and so
absolutely.
People who over the years they say, yeah, I'm going to Dallas and I'm driving. I always tell them to stop through.
That's awesome.
Have my people take care of them. My grandparents came up selling snow cone. My grandma was a snow cone lady. Sold candy.
That's what's up.
And stuff, man. And so I always knew I had the entrepreneur spirit. I just thought it was cool. You know, we grew up picking peas, shelling peas, you know, picking our fruits and vegetables. I mean, it makes me sound country, but I kind of miss those days.
Go ahead,
you know
right.
And especially the way bad as our food is now, but I can appreciate it now. Like we used to freeze our food. I thought everybody did that.
Right, gotcha, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, so we freeze the peas, we freeze the collard greens and the meat.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? To this day, I don't eat fish because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we go fishing and skin them.
That's
right,
like,
bro. That's
right.
Man, I'm about to throw up over here, man.
That's right.
And so to this day, man, I literally don't eat nothing come out the water because of my experiences just growing up, us killing and cleaning and cooking our food. But I appreciate it because now I got a skill.
Come on,
you know
that's so true, bro. A lifelong skill.
Yeah.
You know, a little off topic, your younger brother who's in the military, who just got out, his entrepreneurship, is that something that you and your older brother are kind of looking at him like, hey, this is the time to entrepreneurship bag?
You know what? I just thought about it. We all entrepreneurs now.
Come on.
My brother cuts hair. I do this. And my younger brother, I just helped him start his, I helped him get his finances for the barbecue.
Come on.
And he one of the top barbecue people in the city, man. Yeah. He killing it too, man. He got a whole... Man, I don't even know what that thing called.
Right, like a big old...
Man, when I was home, he had cooked about 200 legs for the church.
Come on, bro, I love it.
And man, it was just amazing to see. I picked that thing up. Man, it was heavy. I was like, man, he's like, come on, little man. Yeah, you got to put a little muscle behind it.
But just all that, you know, from you three businesses, it starts from that personal credit. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's so important, bro. Like, you know, just for the viewers watching, like, you know, credit runs the world, you know, and what you're teaching, you know, which is why you're able to do it so easily is because you've been through it.
Right.
What were some, you know, as you came up before becoming a guru, credit mistakes that you made that you can remember?
It really wasn't the mistakes. It was more like not knowing what I don't know. Getting rid of all the bad misconceptions that I was told. Cut that card up, man. You close an account, that hurts your credit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Just simple stuff like that. Oh, credit is terrible. Stay away from it. Like I told you, credit has made me a lot of money because I would not have access to this kind of money. You know how long it would take me to save up for that kind of money, man?
Right, bro.
And now I can, on my business, I can run it up, max these credit cards out to build my business, and it doesn't affect my FICO score.
Wow.
I'm still able to go open up another LLC and keep borrowing money. rinse and repeat cycle. It's a beautiful thing.
Wow.
And I'm just like,
why are people not
doing this?
Why are they hip to this? Why don't they understand?
Man, look.
Just hearing you say it, not paying the taxes. I hope they didn't go over your head, like not this year, like being able to leverage, but that talk like that, a lot of people don't understand, but, when they come to you, when we come to you, I'm coming too, when we come to you regarding certain things, like the questions we may have for you, some may be, hey, I'm all messed up, from the beginning, what's this gonna, just the general questions, what's this gonna cost me, per month? How long can this process because people think you just, all right, throw it at you within 2 weeks. All right, where's my 805? It doesn't work like that. But what can they expect regarding, time, this process, and how long it took you to get, not to where you, seven, figure portfolio, but where.
It's a great question. Everybody's profile looks different. And that's all I always start. It's not about your score. It's about the profile. And until you understand it's about how your business profile is built out, it'll go right over your head.
Wow.
I had a lady call me today. I had to call this morning. I got a 760 and I was still denied. And I'm like, these people took you through funding. And I was like, well, tell me more. And she started telling me stuff. I was like, well, that's your problem. I mean, literally, I didn't even, without pulling her credit score, she started talking. I'm like, that's your problem. She had was some old accounts that either got sent to collection or something like that, but she paid them all through a debt consolidation. So when you do that, people think that this stuff just
goes off
by itself. No, you have to call and get it all.
Absolutely.
It's because they can get it all, but they like, whatever. Right. We got our money.
We got our money. We straight.
We straight.
Right there. 7 years.
It's just like when they don't get their money, gonna put it on there, but they're not gonna do anything in your favor. And so my conversation was, you can go and call them. The easiest way is call and say, hey, you can see my debt has been paid off. Can you remove this from my profile?
Right.
They're probably gonna send you around the world,
right,
and tell you they can't, and blah blah blah. You just gotta keep pressing. Or I say I can connect you with my guy. He'll take care of it and challenge it and get it off, and we'll be good to go. And so if you're wondering how long it takes, it just depends on what's on your credit. And so I can't educatedly say it's going to take 8 months. That's why I get so frustrated when people are like, oh, I can clean credit sweep in 30 days.
Absolutely.
You ain't even seen these people think.
Right.
And these bureaus work at their own pace. It's government stuff, right?
That's a fact.
Some of government stuff. So like they work at how fast they want to work, and so I never put a time limit on just because a lot of this stuff we can get it all. That's the thing, you can get it all. Because it's like if I challenge, if you call your credit card company right now and be like, hey man, I got a charge, they are going to take it all, but they're going to do their homework. And when they find out that you legitly is gonna put it back on,
right?
And that's why a lot of people be getting got, because like, oh my God, you got it took off so fast, not knowing that they could do the same thing. Because all you gotta do is say it's identity theft. They're gonna take everything off.
Everything. Absolutely.
And so, but guess what? It's gonna come right back on. Which is why these people's scores are fluctuating. And you gotta keep challenging these things, and you gotta keep doing it. And if you don't know what you're doing, or you got these scammers out here, they'll just get you excited. Like, all right, go ahead and pay. We're gonna make it happen. Then you pay, then they disappear. Unfortunately.
Absolutely.
And so, because I get a lot of these people who come into my community, and it's funny because they still want this stuff off.
Absolutely.
So for me, because they see me so much with my ads, that's one thing about being in this space. You got to do the work.
Absolutely.
Like I show up every single Sunday at 6 on my webinar, and I'll talk to the people. You can ask me anything you want. And I have people be sitting on that bad boy, man, and don't say a word.
They just
be sitting. I be like, man, y'all getting weird, but I'm out. I'm gonna see y'all next Sunday at 6.
Right,
they be right back on.
Right.
But I also understand.
Yeah.
People have to see you about 7 times before they purchase from you. It's like that in real estate.
That's
I literally
true.
have to reach out to homeowners almost 7 times with this voicemails, texts, knock on your door, sending you mail, whatever, and do it again 7 times before they respond.
Wow.
So it's about consistency. And that's a whole nother ball game when we get to real estate.
For sure.
But it's also the same thing when I'm dealing with people in this space, because a lot of people have been got. There's so many fakes out there. But I also know the more you see me and the more authentic I am.
That's right.
The more it just gives me credibility in the space.
Absolutely.
And like I tell people, look me up, Google me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see everything I own for the most part until I hide it.
That's right.
Into trust. And I can tell you that. I'm like, look, you might not find it because it'll be in the trust. But if you really wanted to know, or my early days, I can't even screenshot, because you just go to Q.Public, and then you type in the LLC, it'll pull up everything I own in that area. So I don't mind being open to people. Right. What are you gonna do? You gonna go steal it? I don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
it just, that transparency builds
the transparency.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so I move with a lot of integrity. I move with a lot of confidence. And I move with a lot of humility, because I know what it's like to be broke.
On the other side.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I know what it's like to be rich.
When did you actually, get into the real estate? When did you know it was time to, with your business,
So remember, I was in Zaxby's first.
Absolutely.
And so if you know anything about McDonald's and the movie The Founder.
One of my favorite, it's about the land.
So when I got in Zaxby's, I really got a behind the door peak. I'm like, you literally purchase the land in a different LLC, and then you get the franchising rights to Zaxby's, then you build a building on the land. So the chicken just it's just a cover
for to
pay the land off. Because at the end of the day, when that land is paid off, now I'm just paying myself.
Wow.
Paying myself. And most stuff's shit, you 0.3 acres, it costs you $1 million.
Absolutely.
Prime time location costs you $2 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think McDonald's is like, $2 million just to get started? But they're also the biggest landowner in the world.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just I started to understand it. And so I go, all right, the food model is great, but it'll kill you. I got to deal with kids.
Go ahead.
Vendors.
Go ahead.
Clients, guests, or whatever, customers. I got to deal with a whole lot of stuff. It was a lot. I was on the road a lot.
Gotcha.
I'm like, you know what? I can just go buy some property. I'm just dealing with that tenant.
Absolutely.
Right? I ain't dealing with nobody. I'm dealing with the tenant. And I'm just like, all right, I think I'm going to do this route.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I started buying bigger things, quadplexes, sixplexes.
How did you just kept scaling?
Just kept scaling.
And just for those who actually, want to follow that mode on the real estate, this all started with your business funding.
Started with my business funding. Wow. I literally teach people how to buy the first piece of property, no money out of pocket, meaning using a credit card and the bank. The bank I fund up to 75 to 80% of the deal. I use a credit card to bring the other 20 to 25%, which is 100% of the purchase.
Absolutely.
And so when people are like, that's cap, you can't do that. I got all the documentation to show you.
Wow.
No cap here, you know what I'm saying? And so I can show you how to do it. But it also starts with running the numbers on the purchase of the house, because the what they paying in rent should cover the mortgage and your monthly payment of the credit card.
Gotcha.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so,
absolutely. With
that being said, we also got the 0% money first.
Okay.
So this thing, if you got $50K, 0%, about $300-400 a month, I can do that.
Absolutely. We all can do that.
Right. And there's a lot of businesses you can start with $50K and make way more than $300 a month.
Absolutely.
So this is the mindset you got to have.
Leverage.
Like, man, you can literally go get you can start a lawn care business right now and get the top-notch equipment. Hey, you can even get a truck to pull it.
Right.
With a trailer for $20K, $25K. Come on now.
Wow, you saying so.
And then, I don't know if you get your grass cut by somebody, it ain't cheap.
It's not.
Yeah, so if you can get a contract or you can get these things in rotation, because I don't know about you, I ain't about that life no more. It's too hot out there.
Bro, like,
you know what I'm saying?
But no, the guys who do art, I watch them, they bam, 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 all day, bam, bam, bam,
yeah.
bam. Go to another, but absolutely.
Yeah, so there's a lot of hustles and a lot of ways to make money. And
just starting out with.
Yeah, and I didn't mind working hard at the beginning, because I used to clean these houses out. I used to paint these walls. I used to do a lot of stuff. Now I pay not to do stuff. You learn that as you get older.
Absolutely.
And a lot of stuff I can just write off, but I was so cheap and just trying to put in the work and trying to run a skinny.
Right, that's right. That's right. Absolutely.
And so you get older, you're like, I ain't got no business on no time's important. I ain't got no business on no roof.
That's right, bro. That's right.
Yeah.
How did you actually, for those watching as well, like how did you know which properties to scope out once you got this funding? How did you know?
Remember the numbers.
Okay.
So I'll give you a real quick example. Mm-hmm. We sometimes when it comes to rent, we do the 1% rule.
Okay.
Right, 1% rule means I need to be able to rent it out for 1% of the purchase price. So for numbers purposes, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So if I get it for $100,000, I need to be able to rent it out for
at least $1,000,
right? Because the $100,000 interest went up way more than when I started. It used to be like 3, 4, 6% at some point. Yeah.
Even 6 was
6 was good.
Absolutely.
And so 6% on that, I was paying about $600 a month. Gotcha. Right, no big deal.
Right.
Because I remember I'm renting out for $1,000. So I'm cash flowing $300 to $400 a month.
Right.
So just easy numbers without me doing anything.
Absolutely.
Those are the numbers.
Absolutely.
And so that's how I could calculate what I need to do, because I know the bank's going to loan me, if it's $100K, they're going to loan me 80 or 75. Mm-hmm. Now I got to come up with 25%.
Gotcha.
See what I mean? So even on the credit card, 25,000, 0%, that's another probably $200, $250.
Gotcha.
I'm still cash flowing.
Right.
It ain't a lot.
But it's still.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So then once I pay that credit card off, remember I've got an appreciating asset.
Go ahead.
Right? And so I'm able to increase rent again in another month. You know what I'm saying? Eventually I should be able to pay that off.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I like to double up. That's why I tell people don't quit your job too soon. Because the sooner you can pay something off, whether you're using a snowball effect or whatever, you can...
More funding.
And even if that was the problem too. That's how I got into funding. I like to call it creative financing. Because I ran out of money the first time. Man, I spent my whole save. Man, I cashed my 401k in and everything, man.
Gotcha.
Because I was just finding deals.
Right, absolutely. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just finding deals. So I tell people, my buddy, when he came to me, like, what's the biggest issue in your business right now? I was like, man, I need some money. I can't even buy it because I don't have the down deposit. And so he was just like, what if I told you I can show you how to get money at 0% off of credit? I was like, it'd be worth the price of whatever it costs. Which is, again, why I turned this into a business model.
Absolutely.
Because he was able to charge, now I'm able to charge 10% by showing you how to get money with no dollars.
Absolutely.
And it ain't a secret. You see what I do and you can go and do it.
Absolutely.
So again, this stuff that we doing, you see how people in this space, but a lot of people doing it wrong though. I gotta caution you by that. So even if you never work with me, I'm telling you right now, check the testimony. You know what I'm saying? Do the homework. Don't just because they sit in front of a Benz and a jet and blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. You know, I tell people, we flew to Miami on the jet last week. But guess what? My mentor paid for it. You know what I mean? So, and it wasn't my money. I ain't gonna cap like that. I don't mind telling you. Like, I fly and get to do really, really cool things. But sometimes I'm just being able to live a wealthy lifestyle just based off of association with the right people.
That's
the
right.
network.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But could I fly on that jet? Yeah, yes. But it's just not a good why I spent the money, which is why I hadn't bought that Bentley yet.
That's right.
And
yes,
so,
sir.
That's another thing too. Like, this business will allow me to help so many more people, and I can buy some of the things that I've always wanted to buy. I ain't gonna say I felt guilty, but I just didn't want to be riding around in my dream Rolls Royce, and my mother is renting.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's why I did. That's why I'm doing things the way
you
did.
do it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like I don't dress flashy, bro. I don't got nothing expensive. I'll be honest with you.
But you could.
But I could.
You could sell. You know, we know how, and that's why I'm telling y'all, Lee is different. You know, because he could do these things to sell the image. You know, you can do these things but it's like with integrity. It's like, no, like I'm telling y'all, you know, this is a different man. He's a different.
I don't gonna lie. It was hard for me to get in this space.
Understand?
Because you have to sell this lifestyle,
bro. I tell people all the time. It's like, you know, this grill is for the appearance.
Yeah,
this jewelry is for.
Yeah.
We have to. It's like, you know, your audience. You know. It's
but you know my way around that though. People love to hear the story.
Go ahead.
And then I'll be like, well, and I didn't even realize till my buddy told me that. He's like, we were talking like, that's what you need to be saying on that podcast. And he was like, I said, wait, what? He like, tell them fools you got stuff in Dubai. Tell them.
Go ahead, absolutely.
You got citizenship over there.
That's right.
That pop your, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh. That I actually agree with. I'm like, you know what? That's not too it's true.
Absolutely.
Right? They get mad at what's my truth and what's my life.
That's right. That's right.
On them.
That's on them. That's
but
right.
as far as they're like, jumping out there and having all these cars and stuff.
Lined up,
man,
right.
Come on, man.
Like
when I see that, I just think that's a lot of insurance.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's a lot of insurance payment. That's a lot of gas, man.
Come on, bro.
Oh, my God. You know how much oil change is for a Lambo?
Come on, bro. I can believe it's probably $3,000, bro. Like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Something crazy.
Yeah, granted, you only change it about once a year,
right.
but still.
I wouldn't drive it anyway.
Right.
No way
you know what I'm saying? So, I like, for me, just getting from point A to point B is good enough for me.
Wow.
I love the flashy stuff. But I have to make it make sense.
Real.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, I mean, people don't like Grant Cardone, but he be like, I make so much money, they force me to buy this expensive stuff.
That's my guy.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, my accountant said, you gotta go buy a plane. He said, I went to the guy, he said, I ain't got a plane. I wired over, I think he said $20 million. He said, give me a few minutes. Give me a few hours, and I'll have you a plane.
Come on.
I was like, man, so those are the problems that
absolutely
I want to have in this business when it comes to spending money.
That's right. That's right.
Not spending money because I got to have the latest and the greatest.
But it's because, come on, absolutely. Grant Cardone, one of my favorite books is Sell or Be Sold.
Yeah.
One of my favorite books he's ever written, bro. But it's like that guy, he gets it.
He gets it.
He understands what it's about. He buys because it's what he wants to buy. He, but he does exactly what he needs to do. But definitely, man.
It's just because it's about attention, man.
It is, bro.
Like these podcasts are attention. People can't buy from you if they can't see you.
Go ahead.
And so once I understood that, again, like I do my homework, man. I'm not this morning, but I do a lot of listening. Don't do a lot of radio. Don't do a lot of TV. I still go to sporting events and whatnot. But I also, like, man, I want to get rich enough where, like, I'm sending the boxes. Because, like, when it get cold, I ain't going to these games.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
I don't care who playing.
That's right.
We went to the national championship game. Georgia played in Indianapolis. That was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Wow, come on, bro. That's real.
I mean, I think it was, might have been 0.
Yeah, gotcha. Tell you, bro.
I've never been so miserable about a big win. In my life, I was like, I done forgot who played tonight. I'm shivering so hard.
I'm telling you,
I'm wondering why I was taking the Uber so long.
Right. But how was that freedom to be able to do that?
It's amazing, bro.
Wow.
I tell people, like, I travel and go whenever I want to. Only time I can't.
50 countries?
50 countries.
Wow, bro.
Like, my passport, I got a lot of stamps, man.
Wow.
Got a lot of stamps. I look forward to it.
Do you have a favorite destination?
Probably Dubai.
Wow.
Just because I've been over there about 5 times. I do business there now.
Absolutely.
And whatnot. What else was a great place? I mean, they all got something special about them. There's something that I love about. Like, I just got back from Japan. I did an Asia tour.
Gotcha. Come on.
So, like, Singapore was dope.
Absolutely.
Bali was dope.
Wow.
Taiwan was boring, but it still had culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Philippines was dope. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they all have their things about them. I do like Thailand. It's super cheap there.
Wow.
And, I mean, you can go 5 feet and get a massage every time you go. You know
wow, that's something. Wow.
And so the culture is just dope.
Wow.
It's different, bro. So my dream trip is the Holy Land. I want to walk with Jesus walk.
Come on,
I think
man.
there's something cool about that to me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be like, yeah, Jesus walked through
right
there,
here.
You know what I'm saying?
Jerusalem, just wow, bro.
You know, but it's it's a bucket list class. A little bit more expensive. Like, you ain't getting deals to go there.
Absolutely.
Like, I get to go everywhere.
That's right.
This
is
one you plan it out. You're going to pay because you got to have an escort. And that's the kind of trip that I'm really gearing up to go on.
And that's more than that's a 7-day plus trip. You know, for real. Absolutely.
Yes, yep. So, but yeah, man,
that's dope.
I'm really intrigued with just different cultures, different countries. I mean, I know, like, when I start speaking different languages to people, they like, oh, especially because I took Portuguese at Georgia. And I started speaking Portuguese.
Wow.
And I do look Brazilian because they're dark over there.
You're right.
So
they are,
it's
absolutely.
not like it's a surprise. Like,
wow.
Of course, they'll start back talking to you fast.
Right.
Like,
wait.
Because the guy who interviewed me last week in Miami, he was Brazilian.
Gotcha.
And I go, oh, bom dia, tudo bem? And he's looking at me like, oh, bring my bogado in, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah. I said, Bequito, Portuguese, you know.
Wow.
Like, oh, okay.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, so.
What do you think, like, the biggest, the difference between people who see credit as a tool versus people who see credit as a lifeline? What do you think the biggest difference is between those two people?
one, they get it in the wrong way. Like the ones that treat it as a lifeline, they find it's screwed up before they even got the credit. And people use it as a tool. They know what they're doing. One don't, one does. And I can see how I was that person. We all was there. You don't know what you don't know. That's why when you show up on my webinar, bro,
I'm definitely
you need or should be buying something because you're not here for no reason.
That's right.
Because if you knew the stuff I'm telling you, you would be doing it, right? My mentor says you don't know what you don't know because if you knew it, you would be doing it.
That's right.
And so if I'm sitting here telling you how this thing goes and you're going to sit on the sidelines and just watch, I just don't want it. Look, I got a mind of prosperity and a mind of abundance. There's plenty.
Come on.
For us. And you know why we got a lot of people crabs in the barrel? Because they don't see it. I've seen brothers and sisters. Man, we got an inner circle, bro.
Go ahead.
It's probably 80% women, and they are killing it.
Go ahead. Wow.
They are killing it. I mean, my mentor was like, man, the ladies are killing the men. They sure is. And I'm giving them they
That's
flowers.
right. That's
they
right.
Killing that thing, you know. And so they'll probably watch this and like,
but some people don't even, you know, I've sat across some people who hasn't even been on a plane. Some people can't see past the Southeast region.
Correct.
Some people don't know what California looks like, don't even know what New York looks like, but they can't see past what they don't know. You know, and it's kind of, that involves credit. It involves, getting out the mud, as everybody says, but some people don't see it. But what is how could someone begin to change their relationship with money if it's been toxic, for years?
You said how?
How can they begin to change it?
I mean, you ain't gotta go with me, but find you somebody who does this and I don't listen to nobody who don't have what I'm trying to get. And that's no disrespect, because I talk to a lot of people, right?
Absolutely.
I'll be best friend with the general, I'll be best friend with the CEO.
Absolutely.
I got people ask me, how you know them? I don't know, spoke to them.
That's right.
Wait, you got the boss? I mean, he put his leg in first, just and the other one second, like I do. You know what I mean? Like, this is how I approach people. And so I literally been able to just create relationships just by speaking to people, treating people like I would want to be treated. I think that's why I have great relationships with a lot of quote unquote celebrities and rich people, because I don't treat them like that.
Absolutely.
I mean? Don't get me wrong. When I was around Jordan, I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie.
Come on now.
Because I don't know if you ever heard, they say he got this
aura around him.
He got the aura,
I was just hearing
like,
Shannon Sharp talking about what Bow Wow. Like,
look, man.
That's real, bro. Absolutely.
Like, the lady was a lady with us.
Wow.
She was shaking with her coffee, and he's good at this. He handles this stuff well. He's like, don't wait till coffee on me now. You know what I mean? But she was just shaking. But I was like, I wasn't staring. I'm like, wow, he is tall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
he is 6'6", right?
Yeah, he do look like he will dunk on you.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
this was back in '97, right when he came back.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, it was like 96, 97. Yep. I still got his autograph in a tube.
Come on, bro. Stop playing.
I pull it out every now and then to show people.
Would you ever let that go? Would you ever sell it?
No, it got my name on it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Wow, bro.
I didn't ask nothing. I was like, can you put Lee?
Right. Wow, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know. That was a really cool,
absolutely
cool moment.
Not even 0.001 of the world would even get that,
right?
Let alone the autograph.
Then I was able to go to an inauguration when Obama and Biden went to office.
Wow.
I can't remember if it was the first or the second time. It was colder than a mother out there.
Wow.
It was February.
Absolutely.
DC, and I was like, but it was like one of those moments like, yo, this is dope.
What am I doing?
Everybody,
how did this long view? Like, wait, it's a long way from long view.
But I expect,
but you expected it.
I expected it. Tell you a story right here, man. I'm telling you, like, I think I mastered. I ain't gonna say mastered it, but you can't tell me nothing. I'm too stupid to think anything different.
Wow, I love that.
You know what I mean? Like, when it's been put inside of you, it's like them people that got that dog in them. I ain't gonna say I got dog in, but I got that.
You do, bro. You can't
tell me less.
If you tell me no, I'm gonna show you. Come on, bro. You do. You absolutely do.
And I just try not to take anything personal. I used to people tell you no, or even on these webinars, people get off and they leave. It's part of it. It's part of it.
Absolutely.
Part of it. You know what I'm saying? And so but again, I'm here to serve the people that want to be here.
That's right.
know what I'm saying? That's it.
Your tribe.
That's it.
It comes. It keeps on. Absolutely. It
Yes,
does,
sir.
bro. It does.
Yeah.
What do you, the consumer mindset that we all have regarding credit? Have you actually, bro, like, it's so major. I'm speaking from the bottom of us, the consumer mindset, like, have you ever dealt with anybody who actually, who gets the business funding and does the wrong thing with it?
So I got in my school community, you can do what you want to. Like, you can kind of take yourself through the funding, so I might not know. But the people that I personally get the high levels, like, 150, 250K,
That's right.
I typically vet them before. Hey, what are you gonna do with this?
That's right. Okay.
Like, what's your plan? Oh, I want to do X, Y, Z. All right, cool. So I give them the skinny all the way down.
Okay.
So we got 3 tiers of credit card. We got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Now let's go. Tier 1 is the best ones, right? There's Amex, Chase, Discover. I even throw Bank of America in there because they got great cards. Then you got the tier 2. You got the regional banks like Regions,
That's right.
Wells Fargo, things like that. Then we got the bottom, and that's like Stockbridge Community.
Absolutely.
Right.
Delta, right. Yeah,
those banks, and they have decent products, but that's not their focus.
Okay.
Like a lot of these bigger banks.
Gotcha.
So what we do is, remember, we're going after the 0%. And so what we do, we get to a year and we still owe money. I try to tell them the right way to do it. Let's do a balance transfer down to the second tier bank.
Okay.
Let's say they give another 12 months. 2 years in, you still ain't been to pay that money back. Let's balance transfer it down another month.
Gotcha.
Down to the third tier bank.
Right.
And if all else fails, you can't do nothing with it. You just severage and leverage that relationship with
That's
that
right.
bank.
Gotcha.
But you still can go back and get access to Amex, Chase, and all them because you're still in good standing.
Absolutely.
Guess what? Never was affected. Your FICO score. So we started all back over like we did again. So I try to just educate them, and I tell them the last part last so they don't screw it up.
Right, to where it becomes a trait and not a absolutely.
Because a lot of people everybody's heard of the Navy Federal play. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They about ran into the dirt.
Yes, they did. That was a pandemic play.
Correct.
That went crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
and now even the Chase play is kind of, but that's why they're always changing the, changing things. That's why when I give information, I always say today's information may be different than tomorrow.
That's right.
So always do your research. And this stuff is easy to research.
Right.
You can go on Doctors of Credit and type in right now, best travel credit card. It's going to list them. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? So you can fund yourself. I've funded myself before I knew a lot of this stuff.
Gotcha.
But now we have access. I have access to a mean banking reps. Like we don't go online.
You've consolidated everything so we don't have to do extensive lead work, even though to go find it, you have it all set for us.
So even in this business, like I don't get you to fund it. I send you to my guy, and they run the play for me.
Wow.
Right? I've learned systems. It's all about system and process,
absolutely.
Bro. Like if you don't learn that,
so you're in a sense 50,000. You're 10%. You're saying, gotcha. Which
you can make $5,000 right there. So I ask people, what are the goals? What do you want to make a month? Oh, I want to make 20. That's a pretty lofty goal and good money.
Yes.
But that's really easy money to make.
Absolutely.
I mean, I can just take 2 people and get them each $100K. I can show you right now. We can go right now, and I can show you how easy it is to get money.
Wow.
Because what it'll do is it'll tell us before you even have to apply. Like I do a soft pull.
Soft pull, gotcha.
Yeah, you don't even have to. You don't have to take the money. I just want to show you how easy it is to get
it.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm telling you that easy, and you get two clients, just 2, $100K. How much you done made? It's $20K.
Oh, you're saying 10%?
Both of them, yeah.
Okay, both of them 20%.
Both of them 20%.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? $20K right there.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's the whole cool business model. But I guess a lot of people are not there. I'm be honest with you. So a lot of people don't qualify for that, especially in our culture.
Right.
And that's why, even though it's the low hanging fruit as far as the amount of money you can make, I love helping those people.
Right.
Because I know that'll help them in the long run.
Absolutely.
I'll get mine. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But for me, again, that's my flex. I would love people to be like, man, that ebook you got out, bro, that helped me. That changed my life.
And how much is the ebook?
It's free. It comes in the free. It's in the community.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Again, this is information that I wish someone would have given me I have some really cool company. Man, I be calling people from my cell phone.
Yeah, just like
they thought, like, this your cell phone? Like, yeah, they don't like when I call from it, but I know most of the time people answer when they see that blue check.
That's right.
Or they see that blue text message.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus it turning green.
That's right, for sure.
And so I enjoy talking with people. Also, I know what my VAs go through because I take the calls. So I know what their objections are and what they are facing on the other end. So I can be like, oh, for most of the time, I only need 3 things. Hey, what are y'all looking for? Oh, my credit messed up. Got a credit guy. This is what we can do for you. Boom. And it's usually just pushing them towards the community because everything's already in there. I already did the work.
Absolutely.
I already did the work.
Wow.
That's the cool thing about this model is I'm able to serve many. Right? It used to be set a one-on-one call up.
That's right.
I only got so much time in my hand. For
sure. Absolutely.
And so now, if you watch the gurus, what we do is we pitch to many and sell to a group. Right? So that's why I do the webinar. I get all these people in on the webinar. Then guess what? I'm pitching to a lot of y'all versus taking all these calls, doing the same message all day.
And then sometimes, even from us, it's the questions that someone may ask, but I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
That be the question, like, okay, so in there.
Correct.
So it's a smart model for sure.
And then the community, they ask questions in there too.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, man.
And so I can answer a question in there that everybody can see the answer to. That's the beauty of it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like the new Facebook group.
Absolutely. I love
you know
it.
What I mean?
Love it.
It's like the new Facebook group thing.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Well, I'm signing up. I'm putting it on camera. I'm signing up. I'm going to be a part of this for sure, bro, for sure. With that, let me ask you this. What do you think is your best investment thus far?
In myself.
In
myself. I tell people you would never regret investing in yourself. That's why I know if you're serious or not. I got a community, $39. Or you can do the whole year for less than $400.
Come on.
Which is like 30-40% off.
Absolutely.
If you're not willing to do that, I already know you ain't trying to do this for real. You're not. You can argue me till you blue in the face. Most people don't need to even take things serious when they do pay money. Why do you think the gyms make money off of 60% of the people who are not there?
Integrity.
Right? So.
Could you imagine if everybody went? It wouldn't be a gym. Come on, bro. I worked in the gym for quite a while, so I know it's literally, we're selling a dream. We know you're not going to come. Yeah, but that's real, bro. You're saying something.
It's real to a point that make you shake your head.
Absolutely.
But we are in a subscription model for how people do things, from whether that's cable, whether that's whatever.
That's right. Absolutely.
Game model.
That's right.
And so that's what the school is. It's a subscription model.
For sure.
Like I said, and you come to community meetings, you don't find value, I don't handcuff you. You can cancel at any time.
Gotcha.
Like I said, you can come in, steal all my material, and be gone in a month.
Wow.
You know? But we continue to update the community with game, and you got access to me.
Wow.
Like I told people, man, that school thing has made access to people who know stuff way easier. Way easier, right? Because you know, like us, like we don't want to talk on the phone. We'll respond to a message. That's easy. I can respond to a text message.
Go ahead.
I just don't want to sit on the phone with you,
bro. Like you saying something. I was actually listening to Andrew Tate. You know, he was on a podcast with a lady. This was just dropped about a week ago, and the lady was saying, like, I've spent, for phone consultations, $20,000. But just hearing how your model is, it's like, no, like instead of that one-on-one, we're giving it to the community to where we don't have to charge that much. It's at a lesser price. You're still getting the same value, but we've changed the value. So that is so important, man, because a lot of people want the game, can't afford the game, but it's here laid out. And you're saying roughly $400 a year. Bro, it is.
Look, like I said, I can speak like that because I've spent well over 6 figures in mentorship and one-on-ones. And I do know, because you don't really pay me no money until you upgrade to like doing big stuff, like till you want to get funding. And then the funding coming from the credit card, it ain't coming out your pocket anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you want to learn the real estate part, I'm holding your hand. You'll either pay me or you'll pay the mistakes.
Wow.
Integrity.
You pick it. I'm serious. Like I've even had people who done business with me, and when I say with me, like they each try to buy something from me or vice versa, and they made a mistake, and they would come back and beg me to help them right their mistake. And I'm like, nah, bro, like you have to learn. This is the way you learn. I made a lot of mistakes while I left money on the table.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had a kid, man, he came to me, he tried to wholesale a deal. And in wholesaling, you have to put a due diligence. You have to put earnest money down.
Right, that's right.
And the contract states when you have to do it. Mine was you have to put it down within 24 hours. Well, he might have negotiated to 2 or 3 days, but man, 4 days went by, there was no money there, right? Because I control the deal. So all I do is call a lawyer. Hey, we got money in escrow. No, thank you. Hey, John, contract is canceled. You can't do that. Sue me.
Right. Right.
You why I got a buyer and blah blah blah. See, because they're hustling.
Gotcha.
And they don't have the money. Just don't do stuff right.
Right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, you can do wholesaling with no money, but you better be able to put the deposit down. And you know how much I put down when I was doing it? $10. That's what makes the contract legal. You only need $1. I put 10. Most people don't even question it because I keep the due diligence short. You know what I mean? And so
Absolutely.
again, you do have your due diligence, and even if you back out of the contract, guess what? I only lost $10.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just
So
like that.
it's just knowing how and what you're doing, what you're looking at, what you're reading.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
Lee A. Patterson, when it's all said and done, what would you want for your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be like I care more about the culture than myself. Like I gave you everything I had. I poured it out, no gatekeeping, no, I kept all the riches to myself or that type of thoughts or behavior. Like I gave you the game. I was available, I was present, I was authentic, and I wanted to see you win.
Real.
That's it.
Respect.
Yeah.
What is it, legacy or happiness? As a man who's traveled this world, which one means most to you?
Legacy or traveling the world?
No, legacy or happiness. Which one, you've seen it all, done it all. Which one means most to you?
Well, your legacy typically brings the happiness, right? Because if you're able to leave the legacy that you're trying to leave, I mean, I don't have kids or anything, but my legacy is more like through my family, through my nieces and nephews,
Right.
through the kids that I coach. Like,
That's
it's
right.
nothing like having kids you coach come back and tell you, like, that one thing you told me about, you believed in me, or that $100 you gave me on graduation helped with books or some blah, blah, blah. Now it's that game you gave us. Like, now the kid, they follow me. They be wondering why I don't follow them back, but I tell them, like, it's probably not the right thing to do until you
Absolutely.
graduate.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But they follow me and they see what I do. It's almost like even if I was a preacher or religious.
That's right. It's the same thing.
I'm here to coach you. I'm not here to preach to you or
That's
teach you
right.
financial literacy. However, if you ask me, I'll gladly tell you.
Real.
Because, right, you're not held in contempt if somebody asks you a question.
That's
Like,
right.
I have the right to respond to your question.
Time or money, which one means most to you?
Time.
Explain.
Because that's the only currency you can't get back.
So true.
You know,
So true.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, my time is more important, but I use money to get more of it back, which is a crazy thing, right? So they kind of work together.
But you said as I became wiser, older, I understood my time. So I pay certain things I used to do. Now I pay for that.
I'm gonna tell you what I
Absolutely.
this is really crazy to think, but I'll be 47 this year. So I'm on the other side if we're looking at averages.
That's how I see. I'm 40, so I see this. That's how I look at it. Like,
So
okay,
that's why I go to the doctor. I had to get a colostomy, because that's what they tell you got to do.
absolutely,
Was it scary? Hell yeah, but it's what you got to do.
have to.
I see in these young brothers, we going every day, and stuff we could have prevented.
That's right, bro.
And I hate it. I shouldn't. I
Go
probably
ahead.
shouldn't get here, but we live in a treat state society. We want to treat everything. What's wrong? Here you go. Pop that pill.
Absolutely.
Versus preventative. How about you eat right?
Right. Go ahead.
How about you
Preventative
exercise?
maintenance. Absolutely.
Preventative maintenance. Like we get to the edge of a cliff, people falling off. They keep falling off. When you can just put a gate up and stop that.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I don't try to get too political with stuff. It's like, I know that's where the money made. And the treat.
The treat. Wow.
Yeah, people come in, people just want a quick fix, man.
Put that Band-Aid on it. When that becomes wet and soggy, put another one back on it.
Yeah, like
so
that.
real,
It was
bro.
like that at the credit.
Wow.
They just want a quick fix, bro. And they'll use that credit card for the quick fix to get the shoes, clothes, or a nice meal.
Instant gratification.
Or sometimes it's really needed, and it's for the water bill or something. But it's like, what put you in a position that you have to use that for the water bill?
Right.
Right? Because I don't keep cash. Tell people cash is trash.
That's right. You said I did my research.
Right.
You spoke on like the debit card, the only an emergency, and that's rare.
There's nothing that I can't buy with my credit card. I even teach how to pull the cash off. We don't do cash advances. We pull the cash off. Got third party. How do I use my credit card at the closing table? I got a third party who wires that money over to the account or to the lawyer for me.
Gotcha.
Just like that. I got a third party. They'll send it to them via check, wire, or however I want it sent.
Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah. So when I tell people, I give you the game, but there's more to it.
Absolutely.
It's documentation.
It's level. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like a little thing like you try it yourself, try to figure it out, get a mentor, and make this seamless, smooth transition. Because money loves speed. Right? You want to get paid slow? You want to get paid quick? It's almost like, is this a get rich quick scheme? I had a mentor say, I hope it is. I don't want to get rich slow.
Go ahead.
Right?
Absolutely.
You want to get rich fast so you can take that money. You want to get wealthy slow. You want to get rich fast. It's a difference.
Bar.
Right? Wealth comes through compound interest and it grows.
Absolutely.
Rich, you want to get rich quick.
Wow.
When I heard that, man,
that just changed my thought, my way of thinking. Wow.
Yeah. That's why they ask you, do you want to be rich or you want to be wealthy? So when you ask me about my legacy is built through wealth.
I love it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I got so many investments, bro.
Real.
That my family, they all hate when I talk about dying. But you heard of Rockefeller method. That's how they get ahead. Insurance is the quickest way to wealth, or just changing your generational tree.
Wow.
But hey, nobody wants nobody to live off of them and live well off of them, whatnot. But if you set it up right, they don't even really gotta really live off of you. They can literally just
that's how they build
benefit from
Absolutely.
you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can set it up correct. Like, do you really love your family? Does it really matter? You know? So like my old lady asked me if like, what do I do with this money? I don't know. After I'm gone, it ain't none of my business.
None of my business.
Unless I write it in the trust like that.
But
I really don't. I don't really care because I know y'all good.
Absolutely.
Y'all good. And so I don't know, man. Like you can either make money your king or you make it a tool. I choose to make it a tool because I've seen what it does to you when it makes you want to be a king. You know, everybody comes for you.
Wow.
Now I see why people put that, and I also know why people put their money in trust. So you don't know what I got, where it's at, none of that. It's probably not time to talk about Diddy, but most of his stuff his mama owned.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can learn a lot from everybody.
You're saying something.
I tell people, like, I don't hate on nobody because there is something I can learn from them.
Go ahead.
And as weird as they may look and seem, there is something that I can learn from them. And I'm not dumb enough not to realize that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a Texas native by the name of Mark Cuban.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you know, Dallas Mavericks, you know, they said Mark Cuban was so different. Everybody came into the business meetings with, you know, the suits and tie. Mark Cuban came in with T-shirt on.
Yeah. They get on me all the time because that's all I wear, bro.
But they said, that's the man we have to watch.
Yeah.
Because he gets it.
Yeah.
That man gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So just doing my history and my bio on you, just seeing how your approach is, the first thing I thought about was Mark Cuban. Mm-hmm. The approach. It's like when everybody's doing one thing one way, the flashy cars, the sick, watch for the guy who's doing it the opposite way. That there's Lee. You know, so you understand this, man. You know, from a different perspective, man, and it's really good to see that, man. And I'm definitely my tribe who's watching, you know, like I'm going to make sure even my close homies who really want to do something different.
Yeah.
We take advice from you, bro, because you get it.
I appreciate
you get
it,
bro.
man.
So
yeah.
Definitely, man. You know, let me ask you this before we head out of here. You know, with $1 billion in your bank account, $1 billion tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
I give more of it away.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the saying, you can't beat God given?
Wow.
You can't beat him given. And I grew up in church, and I heard this verse, Malachi 8, where it said, is a man cursed? Is he cursed because he's robbed God? Not is through tithes and offering. So that meant if you're not giving whatever you think the percentage is back, you're robbing God.
Wow.
And then it said you will be cursed. I don't want to be cursed, bro.
Come on, bro.
We've been blessed. So I know the more I give, and I don't give to just to be blessed, but I give because I don't want to be cursed.
Come on.
Same thing with respecting my parents. You know,
That's right, bro.
I got a great relationship with my
Come on,
folks,
man.
and I got a lot of reasons not to be.
That's right.
Great relationship with my father, but I respect him, man.
Respect.
We bear the same name.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So the good book says your days will be cut short.
Yep. Honor thy parents, bro.
I don't want my days cut short.
That's right, bro.
And I know better is 1,000 days, or one day than 1,000 days here is better with him. But I ain't ready to go just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Absolutely.
So, I just try to do the best I can with what I got while I'm here. You know what I mean? And I ain't perfect, and I tell people all the time, I'm still figuring it out, but that's what you better be doing.
That's right. That's right.
You know, because if you ain't paying attention, it's getting ugly out there.
Absolutely, it is, bro.
Yeah. So
while we on that, you know, the game is getting ugly. It's different out here. You know, before we get out of here, man, just for your, you know, your son or your daughter that soon may be coming, your nieces and nephews, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren. If you could leave them with a message, if you could look into this camera, leave them with a message of just what it is to protect your, you know, to be financially secure in life. You know, they're looking at their great grandfather right now. What's that message you have for them?
Man, don't worry about the money. Learn how to keep it. Like, people worry about making the money. I've already given you the money, right? If you in my bloodline, work on how do I keep it and how do I multiply it. Because once you learn that, which is typically compound interest, you'll be good. You'll be good. It'll just keep recycling, put it in insurance, right? You do the Rockefeller method, because life insurance is the quickest way and one of the best ways to maintain wealth from generation to generation. Don't be selfish. Don't get caught up in the hype. Stay focused.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
I love it. Lee A. Patterson.
Yes, sir.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
definitely, man. I want to make sure we covered everything.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, definitely, bro. Definitely, man.
Yeah. You can catch me on school, man. My credit to real estate. That's what we call. And I'm gonna start I'm gonna do a 5-day challenge.
Okay.
Where you can sit 5 days with me, man. I'm gonna invite some of my top-notch friends that are making millions in the industry, from multifamily to starting and funding business. Obviously, you'll hang out with me a couple of days.
Sure.
I think I might bring in my lawyer
Okay.
to show you how to structure things properly and the importance of having representation. I'll give you the game, man, for 5 straight days.
Wow.
And so I'm going to probably start sending a lot of my stuff on Instagram and whatnot, but check me out on LAP Investments, join my school community, and you can stay up on all the game, everything that I give out. If you don't know it, all you gotta do is ask, and I will gladly tell you. My team probably didn't want me to say that, but you can literally can ask me, and it's just what I do, man. Somebody help me.
Sure.
Somebody help me, and then I have to do the rest.
That's right.
Right?
For sure.
They tell you ask, they tell you, and I have to apply.
Right. That's the part.
Like my buddy I told you I ran with, he just told me just generic stuff. He didn't tell me how to get the money. He told me how to find property, what he is doing, how he kind of did it. And so I carved out my own niche.
Absolutely.
In the real estate market.
But you had to ask.
But I had to ask.
You know, running, but it was until you said, what is this? How did you do that?
How did you do that?
Intriguing. So that was the part that that's how you're different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but you took it upon yourself to keep on going, man. That's the part where it's like, that separates people, know, so, but definitely, bro, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yes, sir.
Lee A. Patterson, brother.
Appreciate it.
Been a pleasure, man.
Yeah.
As tradition on the Integrity Response, if you can reach into that bowl, grab one fortune cookie, open it, read it to your supporters, and just like that, brother, we out of here.
Let's see what we got here.
Yes, sir.
Thought I was at the Asian spot.
Right.
Somebody better come out the back.
Yes.
Yeah. You sure you want me to get
Right,
this
right.
open? This must be a good one. Huh?
Right.
All right. Listen, he'll say, keep working hard. Imagine that. Keep working hard, and you will see the goals materialize.
Come on,
man.
bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man. You sure all of them say that? Man,
I love it, bro.
Make me pull out another one.
Come on, bro. I love it.
Yes, sir. Keep working hard. I ain't gonna tell you all these numbers on the back, but I'm gonna keep them for myself. But keep working hard, and then you will see your goals materialize.
Wow.
So I will add. Make sure you're working hard toward the purpose.
That's right.
Because don't just be working just to be working. Make sure you have a plan. Yeah, because I see a lot of people with motion. They go in the wrong direction. What they say, you can be moving on the train track and you still get ran over.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we're going the right way.
Absolutely.
In the right direction as we work, and we're working towards the right stuff. So, so God bless y'all, man, brother.
Respect,
Thank you for having
me. Thank you,
This has been cool. This has been good.
It's been dope, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely got to bring you back on for the audience, man, for real, bro. It's so much. This industry is changing, forever changing. Bro, I appreciate you, man. It's been a pleasure.
All right.
Lee A. Patterson, Integrity Response 2025. We're signing off. Salute.